Guys know it's mainly a hockey podcast. Every once in a while, I'll talk about my Dolphins from time to time, but I saved that for the football channel. The only thing I'll say about my Dolphin game last night is all sports go through the same thing. It seems like all teams go through the same thing. Last year I made a couple of videos on this channel and hockey channel talking about how referees should be accountable. That, game is over and you have the players have interviews, coaches have interviews, and then the referees just get off scot-free. They don't have to answer to anybody. And it was so bad for my Dolphins last night. And to put this into hockey terms, this would be like Vegas fans, maybe not even Vegas fans, maybe Bruins fans. Yeah. It was so bad for my Dolphins last night that there are multiple Jet fans on Twitter saying, yeah, I like it when the Dolphins lose, but they're getting jobbed right now. That would be like Bruins fans talking about the Panthers getting jobbed by the referees. That's how bad it was for my Dolphins last night. So, there's the group of people that think the league is scripted. All the leagues. There's people who think it's all scripted. I don't think it could be scripted. Now let's look at this a little bit objectively here, okay? Because for every conspiracy theory, and don't get me wrong, I love a good conspiracy theory, okay? But for every good conspiracy theory, the reason why it's able to take flight is because there's circumstantial evidence that makes it impossible to completely discount that theory. All right. So when people say the league is scripted, and then you look at some of the things that happen, you say, that looks, I guess it could kind of be right. But in reality, I don't think the league is scripted. I think it's more than likely that you occasionally get corrupt referees and umpires. I think that's more of a feasible thing, okay? To have the leagues be scripted, how exactly would that work? And I see YouTube channels where people are the whole shtick is the leagues are scripted. So how exactly does that work? Does that mean you get drafted and you have the secret meeting with the team one by one, and they tell you we're scripted, so you're going to have to keep your mouth shut. Now, you mean to tell me that no college player has ever said, yeah, no, and gone public? You mean to tell me that no former football player has ever said no and gone public? I mean, Colin Kaepernick. You think if the league was scripted, if it was really, really scripted, do you think he would have kept his mouth shut? Or do you think he would have said something like, you know what? I think I'll throw you guys all under the bus and spill the beans. So I understand the reasoning behind that thought process. I really, really do, because there are a lot of things that happen that make you scratch your head and go, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look right. So I understand that. At the same time, I think bigger issue is the possibility of having corrupt refs, and you cross that with the money that is involved now with the betting and the gambling and everything like that. Because you guys have all noticed it. Now there's, again, circumstantial evidence. Are we all aware of the officiating problems in the leagues because A, we're having more problems because of gambling, or B, because social media just shows it to us more and there's more replays and different angles and everything like that, right? So both things could be true at the same time, though. So I don't think the leagues are rigged. It wouldn't, scripted and rigged. I don't see how that would be possible to do. I understand that there are those times when plays happen and people look at certain things and they look at the point spread and they say, see, Vegas saved their ass there. Vegas saved their ass there. Could it happen? Yeah. Could you get to a referee? Sure. They're not making millions and millions of dollars. Could there be a referee saying, I'm willing to help you out. Sure. And I'm sure that that has happened, right? And furthermore, I'm sure that if a referee got caught doing that, the league would sweep it under the rug and not say anything about it. But in terms of it actually being scripted, like the teams have a meeting at the beginning of the year and they say, all right, Dolphins, you're doing it again, right? You're going to start, let's see, we're going to start you off 8-4 this year. You're going to lose, 4 of your last 5 games, whatever it is, and you're going to miss the playoffs. Okay. So there you go. Work with that. I wouldn't call somebody a Cocoa Puffs or call them crazy for believing that. But when you look at the theory in itself and you start dissecting what would have to happen for that to be true, it becomes a little bit too difficult to believe.